welcome to Deathtrap by the legend Sidney Lumet. Yeah, the second film I've watched on this channel, directed by him. The first one was Serpico, and he directed one of my favorite films of all time, which is 12 Angry Men, and a lot of other great stuff. And yeah, now it's time for Deathtrap, which also contains some other legends: Michael Caine, Christopher Reeve, written by Ira Levin, or based on a stage play by Ira Levin. And Ira Levin wrote The Boys from Brazil, which I've watched on the channel, which is also great. So no wonder this got recommended to me. He's also written Rosemary's Baby, which I watched many years ago. Yeah, and what I know about the story is that a murder happens by a writer because he wants to take credit for something. Yeah, I don't know what to think about it. I heard it's full of twists. Many people compare it to Sleuth, which I've also watched on the channel. And yeah, so this sounds like fun. It's labeled as comedy, crime, mystery. And that's pretty much it, I think. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. And I hope you too. So let's rock! A lot of weapons. Okay. All kinds of weapons. Weapons from all ages. From medieval times to modern times. Interesting. Deathtrap. Ira Levin's Deathtrap. Alright. A stage play in a stage play.
It's the worst play I've ever seen.
I can't believe Sidney Bruhl wrote it.
Okay, so I assume Sidney Bruhl is Michael Caine, and he's a not so good writer.
Bad sets, bad costumes, bad direction, bad actors, and from playwright Sidney Bruhl, a spectacularly bad play.
Man, such devastating reviews. Okay, the house with all the weapons, even a sword.
Every time I come in this bloody house, you scream! This is what? A thriller in 2 acts, 1 set, 5 characters. A juicy murder in Act 1, terror in Act 2. An ironic and astonishing resolution, good dialogue, laughs in all the right places, very, very commercial and easy to cast.
Oh, darling, what's funny?
What's funny? I'll tell you what's bloody funny. It was written by some ignorant infant asshole in the seminar I gave last year at college. Name of Clifford Anderson.
Okay, that would be Christopher Reeve, I guess.
I'll tell you how good that is. Even a gifted director couldn't hurt it.
Man.
It's worse than I thought. It's flawless.
So maybe you should do something about it.
What I should do is beat the fat bastard over the head with that mace over there, bury him in a hole big enough to accommodate his bloat, and then send his little masterpiece off under my own name. Now, there's the best idea I've had in 10 years.
Yes, darling, it's so unfair, isn't it?
I mean, what's the point in owning a mace if you don't use it?
Interesting. So far. So he's planning to kill him, it looks like.
Call him.
The mace would be quicker.
Oh, Sidney, be serious. Sidney, what's the matter with you?
He's serious.
No one else has read it. No one else even knows he's working on it.
Oh, man.
No one will see you picking him up.
That's right.
Interesting. So he's really gonna do it. And the question is, will he use the mace or something else?
These are a pair of his handcuffs.
Sidney.
He always made his own magical apparatus. Did you know that? Extraordinary craftsmanship. Take a look.
Oh, man.
Have a good look at those. They're quite remarkable.
Jeez, they really seem like
Try
very
them
solid
on.
escape-proof cuffs.
Give them a try.
Oh, man.
I wonder if I put it up there somewhere.
And the camera. No, he realizes, it seems like.
I forgot to mention that I should be getting a phone call any minute now. There's a girl that's coming to see me. You see, I couldn't reach her before I took off, so I just left her a note in the hall mirror telling her where I am and giving her this number.
Smart. But he didn't, and that was not so smart.
What number did you give Ms. Klonowski?
Well, I don't remember.
Oh man, there's so much suspense just in the dialogues. And that great direction by Sidney Lumet. How he inscenated the camera.
I do believe that you two thought I was going to take that mace and do a Vincent Price, didn't you?
Vincent Price? Like in The Last Man on Earth? Oha. Man. But wait, what? Why is he bleeding from a solid chain? Ah! Is he really dead? I would check for his pulse. He doesn't make sure that he's dead.
Come on then. Thank God he wasn't the fat one.
Yeah, interesting. For now, it's so similar to Sleuth.
Pain?
Neither of us.
Why give you such pain-covered things?
Okay, so she can sense things, feelings and emotions, especially pain.
Was used many times by beautiful women, but only pretending.
So she can tell if it's used for pretending or actual murder. Huh.
That's where you're getting it from, you see. There is a death in the play. That's what you're responding to. I work at that desk over there.
He could say, I squished a spider or something. But I don't know, that's too obvious. Her character, I mean. So maybe that's all, I don't know, part of an act. Wait, what's his name? Clifford. Maybe Clifford knew that he planned something like that. I don't know.
Have you always had this gift? Ever since childhood?
Oh, especially in childhood. Your parents didn't wrap Christmas presents. Why wasting paper?
You don't know, something very fishy about her. Because she's way too optimistic while feeling all that pain. What was that?
Look.
Nothing there.
What the fuck?
It wasn't locked.
Wasn't locked. So maybe somebody got in? Maybe Cliff isn't dead and now he got in? Oh man, and that music. Uh-oh. Don't tell me she's dying now. What the fuck?
It worked. She's dead.
What? Man. Okay, that was a great twist. I haven't seen that coming. They killed her. But why?
Do a quick wash up. Get into bed. And stay there.
I'll buy that.
Okay. I see. Man.
Hello. This is Sidney Bruhl. I'm at 10 Hook Pond Lane. Could you please send an ambulance as quickly as possible?
Well, that would be so funny if they could resurrect her in time. Okay, well, too bad. Maybe, maybe she saw that coming, and she's not dead. And she's together with that neighbor lady, and have their own plan. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
And the next item on the agenda is your will. Now that Myra's gone, you ought to look it over.
I had no idea there was this much.
Okay.
I hope he's not stealing your ESP idea. Have you discussed it with him?
What in the world makes you say that?
Well, whatever he was working on, he locked it up in this drawer.
Interesting. So now the mistrust begins.
Cliff, can you come in here a sec?
Now he can take a look at what. Okay. Smart. And now he can read them just in front of him without him noticing. And that's exactly what he does. Oh man.
Deathtrap. A thriller in 2 acts by Clifford Anderson.
The room is decorated with a collection of antique weapons and shackles. A nice selection of which I'm about to use any minute, Clifford. This, you arsehole, is going to bring you 20 to life in maximum security.
Look, there is no way for anybody to prove what did or did not cause Myra to have a heart attack.
A playwright!
That's actually right.
A writer of thrillers!
But that's interesting. Has somebody investigated Ira Levin for this?
Porter just gave me the figures on Myra's estate. It's a bit of a shock. Even smaller than I thought. 42,000 lousy bucks.
He's lying to him. Before he said it's more than he thought.
I'll do it.
So now they play each other. Interesting.
Good. Now you go on drafting Act 1, Clifford, and let me do the thinking about Act 2.
The thinking? Or the acting? Yeah. Very good so far. Really enjoying this.
What is it? Listen, and I warn you, our man in boots who takes you.
Text you.
This is absolutely amazing. Do you know, I decided just tonight to dismiss him.
Dismiss? What are they planning to do?
Victor has spilled the beans, and our detective has come to beard Julian in his den. Right? Julian goes berserk, shoots the detective in the left arm.
Oh, they're acting the play out and not really hurting each other.
Go!
Because now he's attacking him, but it's not real. That lets me think maybe the death of his wife was also not real. And it's all for the play. Or he's really shooting him to get the credit alone for the play. I don't know, but so much is possible.
Stand very still, Clifford. We're going to say goodbye. I just can't have the play written, Cliff. And I honestly cannot think of any other way to stop you but this.
You have got a very firm grip on unreality, Sid. 46 years old, you're written out, you're practically broke.
Between the insurance, which arrived a few days ago,
Yeah, it was
and
was
what
more.
Myra really left, I'll have about $1 million.
$1 million.
Goodbye, Cliff.
He emptied the chamber.
Sorry if the click is so anticlimactic, Sidney, but I needed the bullets from that gun.
Oh, no.
For this one.
Oh man. Das Film,
Julian shoots himself Curtain.
Is that it? Julian shoots himself? That's exceedingly feeble, Clifford. I'd be glad to think about it some more.
No, that's okay. I can fill in the holes. Now, here's the big surprise, Sidney. I'm not going to kill you. Hey, I just want to hit play. And I'm really not the total sociopath that you'd like to think. You will tell people that you gave me my notice. I accepted it with grace. But if you hassle me in any way, you will be opening up a very messy can of worms.
Oh. Going for the crossbow. The camera work is so good in this film. Huh. Interesting. Seems like that he shot him actually. I don't know what to believe anymore. But that was murder. So if his wife is really dead, what she seems like, the second murder committed by him.
Matches. Matches.
Uh-oh.
Matches.
The neighbor?
Matches.
Uh-oh. A witness.
You will want to kill me, yeah? First, Mrs. Bruhl, somehow you do that. I'm right, yeah? Then the boy.
No, you got it wrong.
No, she doesn't.
There are no bullets in that gun, Helga. It's a stage prop. But it's just as easy to check
If
it by...
no bullets in guns, then you don't let me cross room to fireplace.
That's right.
Get back, Helga, get back! Get back!
Huh? What was that cut? So it got made into a stage play. But is he dead? By Helga Dorp. She wrote it. So she stole it and made it her own. Oh man. What an ending, eh? She stole it. But yeah, great twist. Very enjoyable film. Yeah, okay, alright. So, let me think about it and I'll see you at the review. Alright, that was it. That was Deathtrap. Man, what a film. And what an ending to that well-written and twistful story. So much twists. And yeah, so unpredictable also. And yeah, that was great. Ira Levin, beautiful written, even though it reminded me in parts very much of Sleuth, especially in the beginning, but it turned out to be different. Sidney Lumet did a very good job in directing, especially the camera work. It was so well done, because I mean these few camera movements which made it very suspenseful, and the camera did give away some clues also when in the first scene when what was his name again? Clifford first realized that he was going to be murdered, and the clue actually did the camera slowly moving upwards into his face, and then you could see the realization of yeah, what's happening. Yeah, and then we come to the acting. Man, first of all, Christopher Reeve, what a performance. This man can really act. You can see that right here. I don't know him from a lot of stuff, but as Superman, he was one of my childhood heroes. And yeah, this man can really act. Then we have Michael Caine, which gave another great performance on top of all the great performances he has done in the past. Yeah, but also Dyan Cannon, who was very similar. She did also a very good job. She was in Heaven Can Wait. That was also a great film. Out to Sea with Walter Matthau and Czech Republic. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I know her from. I knew she was very familiar, but I couldn't put where she was in. Yeah, and this was a stage play before. That's also very interesting. Brought to film. Again, very similar to Sleuth, which was also a stage play. I mean, it's very different on stage, right? But what you don't have on stage is, like I said, the camera work and the suspense building up from that. There was a lot of suspense in the dialogue already, which I also mentioned. But yeah, the camera added also a lot to that suspense. And also that music that added also a lot to it. Sometimes a little too loud, I would say. But yeah, it was also very well done. Who did the music? Let's see. Johnny Mandel. What did he do? Nothing that I have seen. Yeah, interesting. So, my first experience with this composer. Oh, very well done. Good job, I would say. Yeah, this film was way funnier than I thought. I thought, yeah, the mystery and crime aspect was in the foreground, but it was well balanced, everything. A lot of humor came from the dialogues, the witty dialogues. Yeah, and what I also noticed is that almost the whole film plays in one set, right? It was just the house. The only exception would be the very end and the very beginning and the very end, which was playing on a stage or in a theater. Yeah, and when it comes to the makeup, I first thought when the first death occurred with the strangling by the chain, I was a little worried that this could be such kind of film where some logic is missing, because he was bleeding out of a solid chain around his neck, which didn't make any sense. And if that would be an actual death, I would be very disappointed. But I'm not. I mean, they could have done it a little more convincing, because the viewer, it was obvious that he was not really dead. Just because of this, there were only two options. Either he's not really dead, or the film is very sloppy. And yeah, if the film would be really sloppy, that would be a disappointment. So logical was that he's not dead. Yeah, but then the real story started, and well, and if you haven't seen Sleuth, this is my recommendation to you. If you like this, and I couldn't really say which film I liked more. They were pretty much on the same level. They had their differences. Some aspects were in Sleuth better, some were here better. I won't say any details in case you haven't seen Sleuth. Yeah, okay. So that's it. Great film. And I hope you enjoyed my reaction. As I enjoyed the film. And I would say, see you next time. Bye bye. Deathtrap.